lately?
Ben, you gonna start us off?
Coach, you just have to update on
She's okay. They have her at Freighter, just getting checked out, but nothing serious, just really precautionary.
is it neck or
Neck
concussion?
as far as I know, that's what I know.
No concussion.
I don't know anymore. That's what I know, but I know she's okay.
How hard is it for teams to, 10-minute delay, and then how do you rally the troops?
Well, I think they stayed in it. I mean, one of our principles is to stay in the moment, and obviously seeing the stretcher come out, I think was rattling for everybody, and that's when we huddled up as a team, and one, let them know she was going to be okay, but two, understanding like we just got to stay in the moment, and we can't change what's happened, and let's play hard for our teammate that went down. I thought they really did a good job recovering from that.
Skylar, it seemed like it was a slog most of the game through the first 3 quarters. How were you able to flip the switch on for a time?
I mean, I don't know how much of the flip of the switch it was. Kind of just reiterating our coach staying in the moment, just making sure that I'm there for my teammates and knowing that my teammates are there for me. So just being able to get to the spots that I know I can get to, my teammates getting to their spots, then passing the ball. That's it.
Can you take us through that last shot, that 3-pointer? What did you see? What gave you the confidence to take that shot?
I mean reps. I rep that shot a lot in my individuals. We rep it in practice, so just like my preparation, that was the one thing. So
What time were you here this morning getting shots up?
7:30.
First person in the gym this morning, so not a surprise.
Coach, a little bit of tough sledding early. You guys had struggled with turnovers, 10 turnovers in the first 12 minutes. But you guys have a motto that's hard on self, not down on self. How do you kind of preach that in those timeouts and halftime and even going into overtime?
Yeah, I mean, I think the first half we really didn't do much of anything that we wanted to do, so it was difficult. The turnovers and the number of threes that we gave them, those were like 2 huge parts of our game plan. You can't give them threes and we can't turn the ball over and give them opportunities, and we did a really poor job of both. And so I just try to talk to the kids about like we just got to stay in it and keep fighting. Like we have a chance, we're not out of this. And what I know is our kids are really, really tough, and I think you make a great point. You got to be hard on yourself, so you got to be disappointed that we're not executing at the level we're supposed to, but we can never be down on ourselves. We have to always have confidence, and I think our kids did.
Could you walk me through like your fourth quarter game plan there? Obviously down 7 points to start.
Well, I think, they were super physical, and we were really struggling to get the post touches in the paint that we normally thrive off. And so we went to a lot of just ball screen action to spread out. The way they were playing Skylar in the ball screen is they were pretty much not coming off of her. So we really started to use her as a decoy, quite frankly, to have her screen and be able to get downhill. And we did such a good job of that, and they had to start to adjust. And then we were able to get her on some pops, pull them out, and give her some space to operate, which got her going. And then I think our team just kind of fed off of that.
Through the first 3 quarters, it wasn't working that well for you, Skylar. And then in the fourth, you score 18 points in the final 15 minutes. Just you as a player, like, could you walk me through sort of your mentality of not letting a bad first 30 minutes impact the most important final 10?
I mean, I think it just kind of goes back to it's bigger than me. I think as a collective, we emphasize how important it is as like a team aspect to show up for each other, regardless if you had a bad moment, bad 10 minutes, bad 30 minutes. So, I mean, it was less about me, more about showing up for my teammates.
Like 10-0 run, I think it was, with about like 2 minutes to go. And those like couple like dying ember moments where if you don't get that, it doesn't go to overtime and you don't win. Just what do you like about those 10 minutes to stop them offensively?
Well, I think that timeout was like 2:17 to go. We were down 5. Obviously, we had been kind of battling back. And I told our kids, like, we have 2 something to go, and we call it a cutthroat because it's 3 straight stops. And we did cutthroat this week in practice, and we got our cutthroat with 48 seconds left in the drill. And so I pointed that out, like, we can do this. We've done this before. If we can get a cutthroat, we can win the game. And now, obviously, it took us to overtime to win the game. But it's just us trusting our principles, trusting our defense, and trusting each other. And I thought our kids really believed in that, and then obviously executed it to put us in an opportunity to win the game.
Yeah, Lee, what did you think about what did you learn about your team that you didn't play that well at the beginning, but still came through?
I think we talk about it a lot, but like we said, like our principles are to keep staying in the moment. But I think I also have like an unwavering like trust in my teammates, and I think even when we were down, none of us were like not confident or not sure that we were going to come back out on top. We just need a little extra time today. But yeah.
You mentioned there about cutthroat, and what are some of like vocabulary words that you've come up with over like the off season to kind of help take this team to the next level?
Oh, I got a lot. Which one should we start with?
Whatever you want.
I mean, a couple that we talked about today. Like, we knew this was going to be a really tough game. These guys haven't had the opportunity to play Wisconsin before, but I have a lot throughout my entire career. And so I knew this was going to be a really tough game. And so we talk about, you know, that we thrive in adversity and we're built for moments like this. And I thought this entire game was a lot of adversity. In so many different ways, and and we want to, instead of like worrying about the adversity, we want to take it to the other side and say, hey, we're going to thrive. And I thought when it got tough, we were the team that thrived in adversity. I would say the other thing that I say a lot is leaders are believers. And so when things weren't going well in our huddles, I just talked about having confidence and continuing to believe that we could do it. And again, I think our kids did a good job keeping that mindset.
You guys haven't played Wisconsin since 2017, and why was it important for you as a coach to get this series going?
I think Wisconsin and Marquette should play every year. I think that there are two premier schools in the state, basketball programs in the state. Obviously, there's a tremendous rivalry on the men's side, and there was a tremendous rivalry when I was here as an assistant. And quite frankly, I was stunned when I got here and realized we hadn't played in 8 years. So really grateful for the opportunity to play, and I mean, the games are going to be like this. Like, it's a dogfight, but that's what rivalry games are, and those are fun.
I was going to say more about the vocabulary words. One that jumped out to me during the preseason, it was like 212 degrees. Could you elaborate a little bit more on that for me?
Yeah, there's a saying that kind of goes that, at 211 degrees, water is really, really hot. But if you turn it up 1 extra degree to 212 degrees, it boils, which creates steams, which can move a freight train. And so we talk a lot about, like, what is that 1 degree? How can we bring that 1 degree to go from being really, really good to great? And so that's something we talk about quite a bit.
How do you think you guys kind of implemented that today?
I think down the stretch, like our defense down the stretch. Obviously nothing was easy for us on the offensive end. A lot of that was a credit to Wisconsin and how they played. They were really physical and tough defensively. But we found a way to kind of bring that extra degree so we could get the stops we needed to battle back into this game.
So you were talking with Letitia after the game. She was here. She got honored during it. Just how cool is it to have someone like that back as the program, and then for you guys as players, just having someone who did as much as Letitia did here, just being able to see her in person.
Well, I think T is just such a great representative of Marquette, and she loves Marquette. And so it's just so great to see her out doing her thing. And any interview, anytime people ask her about Marquette, she just talks about an incredible experience. And so we're just so grateful for her that she continues to come back. Obviously, I didn't coach her, but she still feels like this is home, and still comes back. She texts with me, we talk, and we're just really proud of her, what she's doing and what she's done.
I mean, it's super exciting for her to be able to come back here. Just being able to kind of interact with her after practice or even just after the game and be able to learn from her. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's fun to cheer on. Now we're here and now she's supporting us too.
Questions? All right. Thanks, ladies.
All right, thanks everybody, appreciate it.